everybody, this is Justin with the Away in the Wilderness channel. Just out here today in my backyard. Wanted to go over the contents of what I call my catch and cook pack with you guys. It's that time of year again, the sun's out, temperatures are warming up, so it's time to get out and do some fishing. Been a couple weeks since I've been able to get a video out, just been really busy with other priorities. But put together a nice little overnight fishing kit, and I just wanted to go over the contents of that with you guys. And again, I'm in my backyard, so if there's some background noise, I apologize, bear with me. I'm gonna get the camera situated and we'll get in and jump into the contents of my catch and cook pack. All right, so jumping right into it, right here on the top of the pack. I recently just cut all my hair off for the warm weather again, so I need something to block my head from the sun rays, but also just something to keep the sun out of your eyes while you're out there, especially if you're out there for long periods of time, doing some fishing out there by the water. Always nice to have a little hat with you, so something I'm always going to have with me. And my rod and reel set, my fishing pole, I have, this is the Daiwa QC 750 spinning reel, along with just a, I believe it's a 6.5, 6 foot 6 inch medium light action rod. So it's a perfect combo for what I'm going to be doing, looking for maybe some decent sized bass, some crappie, some bluegill, things like that. Nice little setup for that. So that's my rod and reel, and jumping right into it, I'll just start off with this top little patch here. And this is a top little pouch. This is the Fjallraven Stubben pack. So one thing I really enjoy about this pack is not only the build quality of it, but also it has this internal frame on it, so it's actually a seat, so anywhere you take it, it's especially good for what I'm going to be doing some fishing out by the water. You always have something to sit on. And again, this is the Fjallraven Stubben pack. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Stubben means stump, so got a nice little stump to sit on while you're out on the water's edge. But jumping in to this top pouch, first thing is going to be just a light, a small little light. This is a Lux Pro LP 1515. Nice little lantern, but it also converts just into a little flashlight. Something real nice and bright to light up if I'm going to be fishing at night. So got that right there on the top pouch. And obviously going to be out by the water, so I have the Sawyer water filter just in this little pouch, something to back flush it in case it gets a little clogged. But always good to have something. You don't want to, in the hot weather, you don't want to start a fire to have to boil water or anything. You're right there by the water, so why not keep a little water filter with you? So again, just a Sawyer water filtration kit. And went over the contents of this, made a little short video on it. Basically just a little poop kit for the woods while you're out there. Just a little, the little deuce of spades and some flushable wipes in case nature calls and you gotta use the restroom. So that's right there, easy access right here in the top pouch. Jumping down to this bottom pouch. Get into that. Always keep a couple snacks that are easy access. Just a couple beef jerky sticks, and something also to go along with. Obviously, I'm planning on catching some fish, but you know, it's called fishing, not catching. I know this is my catch and cook kit, but in order to cook them, you got to catch them. So got just a little pack of rice to go with hopefully some fish that I catch. Little small thing of number 36 bank line, just some cordage, really water resistant. Something always is pretty much in every one of my packs, just a small roll of cordage. It's probably 75 foot left on there, maybe a little less. Small thing of Gorilla Tape, 1,000 uses for that. And just a Leatherman multi-tool. This I'm always going to have, as opposed to, generally, I mean, I always have a pocket knife on me, but these are good to have if you're out fishing. So obviously they have the pliers on there. You can pull out hooks, things like that. Obviously there's some extra blades on it. A small saw, I believe, is on this one as well. So really good tool to have while you're out doing some fishing. So that's right here, easy access in this bottom pouch. And also, just another way I think it's just kind of fun to bring out other things to play around with. This is a Cuban yo-yo, I believe is what it's called. Just a small little hand reel, and under that I always keep, just with some Ranger bands attached to that, just a small little tackle kit in there. Just some extra hooks, sinkers, a couple bobbers, things like that, something real easy. And this is what I would generally use if I'm just trying to catch some small bluegill or something like that. Maybe find some worms, toss those on a hook and toss that out there. Really fun. I've caught some bluegill with this and cooked them up. Just a really fun way to catch some small fish. So I'll keep that right here, easy access in that pocket as well. I believe that's it in that pocket. So jumping over to the right side pouch, this is going to be my shelter pouch. Really nice and compact. Everything fits right in here. So right on the top, I have just an Outdoor Vitals ultralight pillow. I cannot tell you how, at least for me, how vital having a pillow is for a good night's sleep. So just a small pillow right there on the top, and jumping down into it, multifunctional piece of gear. I could use this as a ground mat. Obviously it's a poncho, so if it starts raining or something like that, you got quick access, some cover from the rain. But also this is what I use for my shelter. So I set this up in generally a lean-to configuration, or something like that. You could set it up in a plow point configuration. Real nice and compact, multifunctional. So just again, this is the Helicon Tex poncho, military poncho. So I keep that in there, along with just a One Tigress ground mat. I believe this is just really one of their tent footprints, but it works great as even an emergency tarp. I've used this in a lot of my videos, something to sleep on top of to just get yourself up off of the dirt. So that's in there. In here, this is just going to be my ridge line, some extra cordage, tent stakes, and even threw in a couple of just toggles that I carved out. So just really easy. Everything goes up nice and quickly, and can set your shelter up really fast. And then down here at the bottom, this is just an ultralight hammock set. So I've got some hammock straps that I made out of just some 550 paracord, and just an ultralight hammock. Not a very big hammock. You could sleep in it, but you know, mostly it's going to be just to set up and sit around if you're taking a break or something. Goes up really quickly, something to just hang out on. You know, I mean, and you could sleep in it if you wanted to, but again, just a small little hammock. So it's a lot of multifunctionality. You can set this up in a bunch of different configurations. Got a couple things to sit on. And there goes that. Again, bear with me, I'm in my backyard, so yep, wasn't thinking. It's about 12 o'clock. I keep my watch a little quick, so wait for the tornado siren to go off at noon. That's kind of standard procedure around here. So sounds like that thing might be dying. Hope not, being here in the Midwest. Want one of those. So jumping over into this left side pouch, this is going to be kind of my cooking kit. So shelter on one side, cooking and things like that. Bandana, don't need to go over the uses of that with you guys. Million uses for that. This is just going to be a small food bag on top of the other food that I have in here. I have some breakfast, I think some some grits or something like that. I believe I threw in here some seasonings for the fish, a little bit of oil, a couple extra snacks. I have a Cliff Bar, things like that. Just a small little cook kit with some sugar, and even threw a little bit of honey in there. Let's see here. And then can't have a catch and cook kit without having a small little fillet knife. So this is just a Rapala small little fillet knife. Gotta have one of those. Makes it easy to fillet your fish if you catch them. Got that in there. Silky Gomboy folding saw in case I needed to cut some poles for my tarp configuration or anything like that. Obviously, if I'm going to be cooking some fish, going to be starting a small fire. It's, you know, summertime, late spring, early summer. It's real hot. Not going to need a fire to stay warm or anything like that. But something just to cut some poles, get your fire going, make it easy to process some firewood, things like that. So keep that in there. And I also in here have the Mora Garberg. This is the stainless version. Going to be a lot more rust resistant, obviously going to be around water, so I bring this one with me. I do have the carbon steel one as well, but this one I take with me if I'm going to be doing things around water, things like that, you know, batoning some wood down to work in conjunction with your saw. This works great for batoning wood, things like that. Nice little sheath on here if I wanted to throw it on my belt, so I keep that in there as just another cutting tool. And the last thing in here is going to be my my cook kit. This is a Soto cook kit, I believe. Honestly, I haven't even used this yet. I got it a while back, kind of in the used section at REI. And what it is, looks like it's anodized aluminum or something to that effect. So it comes with just a small little pot on top. You could use this to drink out of, or obviously cook with it and whatever. Another bigger little pot that obviously I'm going to use to cook my rice in, things like that. And then it also came with a little stove, and I think I picked this up for like $10, so it was a great, I felt like it was a steal. This is the Soto stove that comes with it. Obviously inside of this one I have a small Coleman isobutane canister, and this stove has a lighter already on it, just a little button you click that'll get this going in no time. So that's kind of my cook kit in here, and my food bag. Oh, and also just a little titanium spork. That's it for all of the pouches. So jumping in now to the main pouch, or the main compartment. On top here, like I said, you could drink out of this, but I always like to have a nice little mug with me. So just a little coffee mug. Got to have my coffee in the morning. Right on top in here, I have the Helicon Tex Swagman roll. This could be used in conjunction with this ultralight hammock as a hammock underquilt, sleeping bag, blanket. These things are so multifunctional, just a great piece of gear. I use them all the time, and they work great for all kinds of different purposes. So that's right there on the top to work with my shelter kit. So I've got something to sleep on, something to sleep under, something to sleep in, another thing to sleep on. I have the insulated Climate Static V Recon. You've seen this in some of my other videos. A great little insulated ground mat. Probably don't really need the insulation this time of year, but just something to get a good night's sleep on top of, to work in conjunction with the other elements of my sleeping kit. So I keep that in there. Alright, so public service announcement. I just had an alarm go off on me on my phone, which I'm recording on. I was not aware. I thought I had it on airplane mode, but so I had to reposition the camera, and I'm going to start, just jump right back into it. So as I was saying, in this little Kafaru pouch here, just kind of a small medical kit, not really a boo-boo kit. It's a little bit more inclusive than just band-aids and things like that. Obviously you're going to be around hooks and things like that. Being out fishing, you know, anything could happen. Obviously this time of year I'm going to have some bug spray in there to put on my legs and my arms and things like that. Some sunscreen in here, and just some small just a smaller type medical kit. So that rides in there on the front of the main compartment there. I went over the contents of this recently in another video in a short. This is just going to be kind of your poop kit. Just a small deuce of spades with some flushable wipes. And in fact, now that I think about it, before I reposition the camera, I think I had already set that up, so forgive me for that. That's in there. This is going to be just a small hygiene kit. Things, obviously the weather's getting a little warmer, so you get a little nastier and sweaty, things like that. So got things to deal with that. Small little rag in here that I can get wet, wipe myself down. Some more wipes to kind of wipe my body down if I want to. Obviously floss, toothbrush, things like that, just to keep yourself feeling decent when you're out there in this heat. And right in the bottom at the very front, this is kind of just goes with me all the time now because I'm doing videos and things like that. So this is just a small power bank with some different cords to charge the various pieces of gear that need to be charged in my kit. Obviously my phone, light, things like that. So that rides right on the bottom. Just a small water bottle, nothing big. Looks like this one's just 20 ounces. That obviously is going to work in conjunction with my Sawyer. I would fill this up, attach the Sawyer to the top, and I could you know, get some fresh water in no time at all. Okay, so on this side, this is just a kind of an all-inclusive small little compact fire kit that I keep in here. Fat wood, all different various ways to start fires, probably 5 different ways to start fire. Obviously I always have a Bic lighter in my pocket, things like that, but then there's even a little bit of tinder down here on the bottom of that pouch. Maybe I'll go over another video, kind of the contents of this small little compact all-inclusive fire kit. But that rides on the left side. And this, obviously, you're going to be doing fishing, so in this little box, this is kind of my tackle box. Have some different bobbers, some different lures, buzz bait, something to be able to, small little tape measure, so you can measure. Obviously you're going to be keeping some fish. You want to abide by the local laws and regulations, things like that. But just a small little compact fishing kit. It rides down at the very bottom. And right along the back here, have a small cutting board. Obviously you're going to be processing some fish, so you need something to do that on. Small little titanium grill. Obviously toss the fish on. In my cook kit here, I have a little bit of foil. Usually what I'll do is kind of put the fish in the foil, throw that on top of here, warm it up, and you're good to go. And the last thing, just another small little sitting pad, something to sit on, get your butt off of the ground if you're down by the water. And again, excuse the train, we get about 13 million of those that go by here on a daily basis, so I apologize for that. But again, just something to get your butt off of the ground. And that's it. So I'll get the camera situated again and kind of pan around so you can kind of get a bird's eye view of everything that I carry in my Fjallraven Stubben pack for a catch and cook overnight camping trip. All right, everybody, thank you for joining me out here today for the contents of my catch and cook overnight fishing kit. Really appreciate all of the views, all of the support that the channel has received. And if you have any suggestions, things that I could add, I got some great suggestions on the last on the last video of the contents of my haversack. So if you have any suggestions, please leave that in the comment section below. We try to respond to all of the comments. And if this is the type of thing that you like to watch, please hit the like and subscribe button. We greatly appreciate all of the views. And again, I apologize for any of the background noise for the little mishap with the filming in the beginning, but you know, that's how it goes. It never ceases to amaze me how much work goes into just putting together a little video like this. So really appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and hope to see you on the next video, hopefully catching and cooking some fish. So God bless.